We've been waiting 7 long months to play NFL DFS on DraftKings. And our first opportunity is in the NFL opener on this Thursday in the Captain Showdown Slate. We'll create a lineup on that slate and go over key strategies, all coming up next. Hello, everyone. I'm Eric Lee with the Fantasy Football Consultants. We are on DraftKings Showdown Slate featuring the world champion Tampa Bay Bucks against the Dallas Cowboys. And we're going to create a full GPP lineup. But before we do, I need to implore you guys, if you play Captain Showdown Slate, you're going to want to check out the video that co-founder Gary Kurtzman and I did. We did a deep dive to all the strategies and all of the techniques you should be thinking about in building your both cash and GPP lineup, specifically on the Showdown Slate. That's true for both FanDuel and DraftKings. So that course is a bonus class as a part of the NFL DFS Master Class series. That NFL DFS Master Class is on YouTube and it is completely free. It breaks down all the key strategies to select the right quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and defense. We do a deep dive in the cash game and GPP strategies. So please check that out. We will have the links to all of the classes, including the 2 bonus shows on the Showdown Slate and the 5 common mistakes that DFS players make. The links will all be in the description. Please check it out. We have been humbled by the reaction that we've gotten online for our NFL DFS Masterclass. We put a lot of time and effort to developing all these strategies to put it into a cohesive course. And it feels really great to get the responses back that our FFC community really appreciate it. If you'd like to be a part officially of the FFC community, it is free and it helps support the show. If you like what we're doing, let's bring in the bats to remind you the stuff that you need to do. Please like all the videos that you watch. Just get in the habit. It really helps us. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and share it with any of your friends who enjoy the NFL. All right, let's get to it. Let's take a look on DraftKings. One of our first decisions that we need to make is who are we going to be putting in our captain spot? As I think hopefully you guys know, that your captain on DraftKings gives you 1.5 times whatever his fantasy production actually is. And on DraftKings, which is different from FanDuel, he actually costs 1.5 times. So when I look at this slate, because of the cost factor, I am shying away from both Tom Brady and Dak Prescott in my captain's role. They are extremely expensive at 16.8 and 15.6 in the captain's role. So I will look elsewhere. Now, I always want to know what the environment is in the game that you're looking at in these showdown slates. So we've got Dallas at Tampa Bay. There's 51 total points, so it's a high-scoring game. And the Super Bowl champ Bucks are 7.5-point favorites, which is pretty significant. So that is one of the reasons why I will shy away from Zeke Elliott. Game script wise, at least the lines makers think Dallas will be from behind. And although Zeke can catch some passes, his running may be more limited if they fall behind. But more importantly than that, look at this number right here. Tampa Bay Bucks, who are bringing back all their starters from last year, are the #1 ranked rush defense and against running backs. So I am not going to put Zeke Elliott in my captain's position. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to have him in my lineup at all. So where do I want to go from here? So when I play GPP on Showdown slates, specifically on DraftKings with a full PPR, my favorite position to put on the captain spot personally, don't have to do it, but the one I like personally is wide receivers, especially if the wide receiver is someone that I have a lot of confidence that will potentially go off. And at a major discount from 16,800 or 15,600, I can go all the way down to only 12,600, I'm getting Amari Cooper in my lineup. Now, why? Amari Cooper had carnival-like statistics the first 4 games last year. Look at these targets: 14, 9, 12, 16. Incredible. Then it dropped off. Why did it drop off? Well, Amari Cooper then started to suck. No, it's not Amari Cooper's fault. I'll tell you what happened. In week 5, Dak Prescott got hurt and was out for the rest of the year. So Dak Prescott has this amazing rapport with Cooper. Cooper absolutely has a really high ceiling. I think he's perfect for the captain spot. So Amari Cooper is going to be the captain of my DraftKings lineup. So look, as soon as you put a wide receiver in your captain spot, unequivocally, no questions asked, you got to drop in his quarterback. So we got to put Dak Prescott in there. It's impossible for Amari Cooper if he has a really big game, and we need him to have a big game. The huge odds are Dak Prescott is going to have a big game. And throw on top of the fact, like I said, the Tampa Bay Bucks have such a good rush defense. I am all in on the Dallas Cowboys having a big passing attack in this game. At least that's the story I'm going to tell. When you're doing GPP, and especially a GPP in a showdown slate, what you need to do is you need to craft a story. Look, if you don't agree with me, if you think that, hey, Dallas is going to have a big run offense here, then your story is going to be different, and therefore your lineup construction is going to be different. But I'm going to go with the big passing attack because of Tampa Bay's defense, because of the game script that I think Dallas is going to be behind as 7.5-point underdogs. I am going to go with that. All right. So where do we go from here? So one challenge you have is if you think that it's going to be a 7.5-point spread, right? So it appears that we're saying that Tampa Bay is going to be ahead. So to me, that screams put in their running back. But here's the problem with Tampa Bay. Which running back? They have a 3-headed monster this year with Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones, and newly acquired Gio Bernard, who is going to steal a lot of the passing game activity. And that's so important coming out of the backfield if he's going to be the third down back, if he's going to be the back in obvious passing situations. On DraftKings, full PPR, that really limits the value of Leonard Fournette and Ronald Jones, especially Leonard Fournette, who I think is slightly better than Ronald Jones. But I have to give you guys a caveat. So Gio Bernard, which is just obscenely low, by the way. So if he is a definite starter and is going to play, I mean, you can take a flyer on Gio Bernard. Hope he catches some passes, but I'm not. But here's why I wanted to comment about Gio Bernard. So here's the situation. He did practice on Sundays. If you hear at the last minute due to his ankle that he is not going to be playing, then I would consider getting Leonard Fournette in my lineup. But looks like Gio Bernard's a go, so I'm not going to use any Tampa Bay running back. So I think that Tampa Bay is going to do a lot of their damage in the air. That's my guess. Dallas's defense is not good. Who is going to do the damage in the air? Is it going to be Antonio Brown, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin? Their tight ends, Gronk, Cameron Brate. Is it going to be Gio Bernard out of the backfield? Who knows? And one simple way to solve that is, bam, I'm putting Tom Brady in my lineup. Not knowing where the offense is going to go, it's going to be run through Tom Brady, and I expect that he is going to have a very big game. And not having him in captain spot, I can easier stomach the $11,200 salary. So I am going to match up Tom Brady with a guy who I think could be sneaky good, and he is absurdly cheap on DraftKings. It is Antonio Brown. Folks, Antonio Brown, you have to remember, join the team at the middle of the year, not until the week 9, right? And now he had a full off season, He's had some really big games, as he did in week 17 and week 11. But I like his ceiling. So, and I really like his price. So I'm going to get Antonio Brown in my lineup. So as you can see, average player remaining only 5,100. So I have to be economical now. And when I look at Tampa Bay having an implied total of 29, I'm expecting a whole lot of scoring. So here is a really good time that I can get a kicker in my lineup. A solid kicker, Ryan Suckup, in a game that he's expected his team to score a lot of points, and he's only $4,000. I think it's a pretty good deal. And at $6,200, it allows me to barely afford a major weapon on that Dallas Cowboy team. Now, with Amari Cooper in my captain spot, I don't want any more than one other passing option. Why? Because what I'm saying is that Cooper is going to have a huge game. If I have 2 or 3 other passing options and they're doing well, then that means that Cooper probably did not have a very big game. So I got to tell a story. I think it's okay to have another pass catching option. And Michael Gallup is somebody that absolutely could have a big game. He's probably the number 3 of the 3 wide receivers, but he's a very close number 3. So I'm feel good about getting him in my lineup at $6,200. He's a $2,000 savings over CeeDee Lamb. With this lineup, we couldn't afford CeeDee Lamb anyway. So that is my lineup. This is just a starting point. You take the lineup, figure out how you think the game script's going to work, and then you can make adjustments to our lineup accordingly. All right, everybody. I don't know about you. I can't wait for the NFL. I'll put on the screen right now the video I was telling you about before about key strategies in the Showdown slate. And here is our latest week 1 for the main slate on DraftKings video, as well as our NFL survivor picks. Take care, everyone. We'll see you next time.